Hey y'all, what's up? JamiThatsMe here. Welcome back to the channel. Listen, real quick, I want to talk about Carlos King's interview with Coko of SWV. She got into Miss Tasha Scott and what's going on with her and her sisters, her sister and the group. She also talked about, whether she had respect for her group members, back in the day. And she also touched on whether or not she's going to do another season of this show. It's quite a few things that she ended up talking about. So I definitely want to go ahead and get into those details. Okay, so first things first. All right, after being offered to come on to Kandi speak on it, because Kandi invited everybody, Coko decided that she was going to have her sit down with Carlos King instead. So let's get into that. She explains how the show came together. All right, she says that Mona Scott Young was very influential in getting this thing up and off the ground. She says that the show was supposed to be about them preparing for a actual concert show, right? It's supposed to include the rehearsals, the business conversations, etc. Okay. She says that the focus really wasn't supposed to be on this whole headlining issue that everybody is trying to make a thing. She says that she came into the situation understanding and knowing that they were gonna co-headline from the beginning. So to have Miss Kandi up there asking about some, are we headlining or how is the headlining situation is gonna go, kind of threw her for a loop a little bit because having conversations with Mona Scott Young, it was already clear on what it was supposed to be. So that's the thing, which is also interesting. If that is indeed factual, what Miss Coko is saying, it makes me think, Miss Kandi, were you over there producing? Is that what you was doing? Giving us a little bit of something for the TV screens, girl. But let's keep going, all right? So she also says when it comes to egos, it's not coming from SWV's side. Let's be very clear about that. Okay. She says we just want things to be fair, especially if they doing the same amount of work as the other ladies. Okay. So basically, if SWV is pitching in and doing their part just as much as Xscape is, then they both should be co-headlining, and it definitely should be not be no one over the other. Okay. Now she says she goes on to speak on the drama of the show. She says, listen, I knew it was going to be some drama. I get that. I understand that. I already kind of knew what I was signing up for when it came down to reality TV. I've done this before. I know you got to have a little bit of some friction, right? I get that. She says, but girl, these people getting a little too personal because they digging all into, our personal business. And that's kind of where I have the problem, she says. So she says people are over there Googling how much each group gets paid or whatever, and then saying how she gets paid the most out of her group members of SWV. And she's like, girl, that's just absolutely not true. First of all, we all split things equally. That's number one. And there's other things people are trying to put out there that she just is like, she's just not here for, okay? And things that she just doesn't believe is true at all. So it's taking a real ugly and nasty turn, okay? And I'm wondering if they feel like if Kandi was not doing her speak on it, I wonder if they think that it wouldn't be as much, you know what I'm saying, drama or whatever. Because Kandi does do her speak on it, but she doesn't just do it for Xscape. She does it for Real Housewives as well, where she kind of just break down things, explain details of things that we may not have seen on the show, which I actually do appreciate because I like to know what was really happening in that scene, what was really happening behind the scenes. But it does make me wonder and question if they feel like Kandi doing her speak on it and addressing certain issues is creating more friction or something like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm wondering. Because none of them have gone over to do a sit down with Kandi. So I don't know if they feel like her show is bringing her YouTube is bringing more drama or what, because y'all could have went over there and had a even clearer conversation with Kandi, because it's like if she's the problem and she's having this issue about the headlining or whatever, and if you feel like she has drama or whatever the case is, then go over there and have a sit down, because that would be great to me, that y'all will be able to clear up whatever matters, right? Or whatever misunderstandings when it came down to the overall situation. So I think it's a good thing. It don't have to be like drama or messy, but we'll see. Although Coko decided to accept an interview with Carlos King versus a sit down with Kandi, who knows? She may do it before the season is over with. So we'll see. All right. Now, Coko does explain that she is only friends when it comes to Xscape. Get this, the only friend she has out that group is Tasha Scott. LaTocha Scott is her only friend of the group. She really don't be around the other ladies like that for real, even when they were filming. She says that she and Tasha go way back, like even before the show, okay? She says that Tasha was the one that convinced her to do the verses, and therefore I'm sure influenced her decision to go ahead and do this show as well. So she definitely gave Tasha her props on that. I also got a chance to see Tasha support, I'm sorry, not Tasha. I also got a chance to see Coko support Tasha on one of her tours more recently. So that's one of her good friends. She definitely stepped out her bed and slid over there so that she can be there to support her. So that's what's up. Now, some people, they not really featuring this, okay, when it comes down to Tasha, supporting and being good friends, or at least I keep saying Tasha, but Coko supporting and being good friends with Tasha. So I did find the photo, and I just want to read what the caption is saying. So again, Tasha had a performance, and Coko went out to support her. And in her caption, she says, "My sis, I am LaTocha Scott, came to the 757, and me and one of my friends had to support her. She sang the house down," okay? So one of the viewers got in the comments and says, "If you support a quote unquote friend openly for a photo, but don't tell them they wrong for stealing openly, you get a side eye." So then Coko responds and says, "How the fuck do you know what we talk about? Side eye my ass. Every conversation ain't for social media." Okay. I mean, I kind of agree with Coko on that now. Now, I kind of agree with her on that, because here's the thing now that I'm thinking about. I guess I was going to say, like, did Coko really know everything that was going on with Tasha and Tamika? I guess she would have had to know, being on the show and being that they are really close friends. Obviously, Tasha not getting along with her good group members on the show. So Coko had to be privy to the allegations that were being put out there about Miss Tasha, in addition to the fact that Tamika went ahead and had that conversation with Taj. So if Taj ran back and told some things to Kandi or whoever, I'm sure she went back and ran back and told those same things to, SWV. So Tasha was privy to that. So I guess people just wanted her to call Tasha out on the television screen. But in all honesty, whenever they really linked up with SWV, Xscape, SWV, it was really more so about business, for real, for real. And the only person linking up with people one on one outside of the group was Taj. So, I mean, maybe she could have called her on the phone and the cameras would have got it. But again, who's to say she didn't check her or have a conversation with her and keep it real with her and say, "Girl, this is how this situation is looking, and it's giving every bit of sketchy to me," right? So, I mean, they could have had that conversation, girl. Who knows, okay? But at the end of the day, that's her good friend. That's the person she gonna stick beside, and we'll see what else is going to happen, okay? She goes on to talk about how she and Tasha click so well. She says that they click so well because she feel like she's been in her shoes before and she can relate to where Tasha's at. She says that she feels like she can relate to her because she too has had people to band together just because they did not like her. And I kind of find a little slight issue with that. So you think, I mean, and again, you're privy to more information than we are. We're looking at it on the outside in. But looking at it from the outside in, it's giving you think that these ladies are banding together because of a common dislike for a group member? That you can't possibly. And then, yeah, you may have heard rumblings and things about what's going on in a group, but you're not necessarily in a group to really know all of the nuances. And you would consider her sister banding together with the other members because she don't like Tasha? No, that the sister got a whole nother separate issue. So I mean, I just disagree with what she was saying, and I feel like with Coco's ego, as we've seen, and Taj admitting to, and Coko even admitting to it herself, it's like, did the people really band together because they didn't like you, or did the people band together because they can relate to the mistreatment by you? You know what I'm saying? Is what I'm giving. That's my question. Like, are they banding together because they can relate to your attitude? You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case is. So I don't know if it's that the people didn't like y'all. Like, and that's why they were banding together. I feel like it could have been common issues that they also could have related to, which is why they got each other. But anyway, so Coko was asked about how Tasha was doing after being accused of stealing her sister's money. Coko says that she's doing the best that she can, but she is bothered. She's definitely bothered. I mean, who wouldn't be bothered after somebody accused you of stealing that large amount of money? Keep in mind, money that her husband kind of admitted too, but not really, because he said something like Tamika was getting Tasha's money. So it's like, okay, so now you over here trying to flip the story. See, what Rocky does is he likes to cause confusion. That's what he does. He enjoys to create confusion. That is what I'm learning about his character, in my opinion. Um, because yeah, that just didn't seem right. She's saying that y'all took the money was deposited into y'all's accounts, and then you said that the royalty company was actually taking Tasha's money and putting it into Tamika's account. Well, then why didn't Tasha say that if that's exactly what happened? I don't believe nothing that man's talking about. But either way, Tasha at this point is bothered, okay? She says that she prays for Tasha. Coko says that she tells her to keep her head up, but she does keep it real with her when need be, okay, about situations. Now, Coko also says that the person that everyone is making her out to be is not the person that she is, and the person that she has known of Tasha all of these years. And I feel like this. There is a possibility for a person to be one way to you and then another way to someone else. Okay. That's just super common. So to just outrule who they is, because you haven't experienced that. I mean, I guess you can by saying, well, I haven't experienced that. Right. But it don't mean, you know what I'm saying, that it ain't who they is, though, right? So Coko wants people to give Tasha a chance and says that no one needs to get in between the sisters. When she says this, it sounds like she was trying to say that the ladies of Xscape was trying to get in between the sisters. But my thing is, y'all making the outsiders and the public and the group members the big issue, like they're trying to get in between the sisters. But if the sisters wanted to come together, they can do that. They can just come together. If that's what they want to do, they can let bygones be bygones, forgive, move on. Well, maybe not forget, but definitely forgive and move on. Like they can do that if that's something they want to do. So I feel like if you are hearing the outside or whoever say something, it does make me feel like you must not want it to progress, because you're allowing that to be a deciding factor on where y'all move in y'all relationship. But that's just, what I'm thinking. I'm like, girl, they could just focus on family. They ain't got to focus on the outside noise, but they also got to want that for themselves, instead of saying everybody shouldn't be getting into that. I don't think nobody trying to get into it, girl. Ain't nobody trying to be in that stuff. Like, I mean, girl, they gonna do what they want to do anyway, because that's how they is. But the question was asked about whether she thinks Tamika chose the group over her sisters. And Coko says, I'm not finna answer that. Basically, I'm not finna get in between them. I'm not finna deal with that. I've always liked Tamika, ain't got no issues with Tamika. And she just goes in to discuss how much she likes Tamika, and she ain't got no issue, okay? But if you ask the question, let me say that I don't think that Tamika is choosing the group over her sister. I think Tamika is choosing her job. Okay? I think Tamika is choosing her coin over her sister. I don't think it's necessarily the group. Okay? And then I feel like if that's the case, why wouldn't the question be tailored the other way as well? Because the decisions Tasha has made also impacts her sister, who's also in the group. So if that's the case, then the question to me would be asked, do you think that Tasha is choosing her solo career over the group? Do you think Tasha is choosing her solo career over her sister? Or whatever the case is. So I feel like that question can be applied to both. But anywho, Coko says that she doesn't know if there will ever be a tour with Xscape and SWV. Now, I feel like it's possible. It's still possible. Right now, it's a little muddy. It's a little muddy because of the drama and things that come with it. But honestly, I do kind of feel like if y'all use all of this attention to y'all advantage, y'all probably could go on and do a show if y'all trying to co-headline, right? And the people gonna come out. They gonna, like, this could really bring in a lot of money for y'all. In my opinion, because people probably gonna come just so they can see whether or not it's gonna be any blows thrown or something like that, drama over hypes things. So all in all, I think that it would be a good idea to still go forward and be able to make it work, if you guys are co-headlining together. Okay. Kind of like, I think she did like mention 112 and Jagged Edge. I think it was those two that I ended up seeing on stage. They did something super dope. Like, I saw some clips on YouTube where they were singing each other's songs. Like, it was super cute. It was dope. It was really nice. So I think SWV and Xscape can definitely get it together. Okay. But Coco was a bit apprehensive, or is a bit apprehensive about it, because she says things have gotten so personal. It's gotten so personal. She says she ain't arguing with no one who has her phone number and hasn't come to the front to give her a phone call to clear nothing up. But see, that's my thing too. It's like, but I guess she wanted Kandi to give her a call or text her and say, hey, could you come on my show? Could you come on, speak on it so that we could address some things, talk some stuff out, get an understanding, and clear up whatever matters. And we could do all of that in public, since you feel like you may have been publicly disrespected or whatever the case is, right? Maybe that's what she was expecting. But also at the same time, it's like, I mean, she did invite y'all. So I don't know. Because I don't see, I mean, because to me, it seems like the issue is with Kandi. It ain't with Tiny. It ain't with Tamika. The issue is really with Kandi. But Kandi, I feel like, has extended the olive branch, in my opinion. So I don't really know what's what, child. I mean, girl, they rather talk to everybody else than her. I guess they feel like she need to reach out. So maybe you should just have Don Juan, get him a call or some Kandi. But anywho, so Carlos then goes on his spiel, because y'all know of the situation that Kandi has been so vocal about when it comes to him wanting to do the Xscape, story, I guess without them, right? Without them, and kind of going behind their backs. That's how Kandi felt. So when it comes to that situation, I guess he feels like she's been, and I don't think that it was just a conversation directed at only Kandi, probably directed at a few people, okay? And also, it's been rumored, and I have never known if that was true, but people were trying to say that Carlos had a hand in the allegations that Phaedra said about Kandi, right? So I'm wondering if that's another reason why she may not like him, right? But at the end of the day, Carlos says that he if you got my number, after Coco said that she's not going to argue with nobody that got her number that could get her a call, Carlos says that's right, because, I never have and I never will do that at all. If you got my number and you don't call me to clear up any matters, then I'm oblivious, girl. I don't know what the hell is going on to anything that's out there in the streets, because I'm not addressing it. So if you come to the front and you say whatever you say and you feeling a way about me and this and that, but you got my number and you can't call me, then I'm going to act like I'm paying it dust. I'm just going to pay it dust, because I'm not going to address any of that mess. I'm not going to come off my chariot and throw tomatoes with you, sweetheart. Come on, Mariah. Is what he's saying. I'm not going to get in that circus with you. I won't have my clown mask on, but you can have yours on by yourself. Is what, I digested from what Carlos was saying. Now, Coco says if it came to her doing another season of the show, she says no. And her group members have also said no, right? But then she turns around and says, but if the money was right, she would come back. That's all of them. I don't care what nobody say. I told y'all. Tasha saying she not going to do another season. Coco, all of them saying they're not going to do another season. Lee, you are all about getting your coin and making it stretch and never having to go in reverse ever again. That I know for a fact you going to do another season, okay? So everybody, they if the money is right, pay me for my pain, pay me for my time, and you can say the bullshit, because everything is mine, okay? If you want the drama, you're going to have to pay me for it. And I don't blame them, because a lot comes with that. Like, I mean, as we just seeing how everything has played out over the past few weeks with Xscape, and people coming out the woodworks and sharing this, and people getting exposed, and alleged mistresses and stuff coming out to the front, like all kind of so it's like, yeah, you're gonna have to pay me for the backlash and the ridicule, baby, because I don't know what I'm gonna do or say this season. I don't know, but you're gonna have to pay me very cute. So again, I think all of the ladies will come back if the price is right. And I would love to know just how well Bravo monetized off of this season, to where they would want to go and be like, all right, bet we'll give you this right here if y'all come back for a season 2. Okay. So I will be here for it, because I want to see if Tamika and Tasha are going to come back together and be, the best of sisters again. If they're going to clear that up. I don't think, honestly, they'll ever be the same. But I think they would definitely have an understanding. I think that one thing has been shown to us about Tasha, she really holds on to stuff, to me, of the past. And that may be Miss Kandi Burruss as well, But when it comes to Miss Tasha, she definitely holds on. She never gonna forget this moment from her sister, and she might bring it up every chance that she get. Who knows? But so for those reasons, I don't see them being as they were, but I see them being a little better. Okay, so we'll see how this gonna play out. Coco talks about Taj being the supportive person of their group. Okay, they're a person that kind of keeps them in line, a person that lets them know how we're gonna do this, how we're gonna go about doing that. This is gonna work. This is not going to work. And she feels like Xscape doesn't have that, basically saying that Xscape got too many fucking egos. And really the only egos in the group is Kandi and and Tasha. They the only egos of the group because in all honesty, Tamika, they don't speak up enough for me. They don't. They don't speak. I feel like if some of them spoke up enough that we saw it, maybe some of the issues that Kandi and Tasha have, they wouldn't necessarily have. Tamika didn't speak up for a long time because she was so used to blindly following behind Tasha instead of standing in what it is that she really wants. And Tiny, I feel like Tiny just don't be wanting no issues for real. So she just be like, girl, I don't really care. It's whatever. As long as we do it, I don't care what y'all trying to do. Right? So that's what she gives. But maybe also y'all just got to create this space for everybody to feel comfortable to be able to share their thoughts. But more importantly, y'all probably need to get a manager and somebody to be in charge of the girls, okay? Because if y'all can't come together and, keep each other on track and in line, y'all definitely need a manager that's going to help y'all do all of that. Somebody that y'all all can agree on, okay? But Kandi said on her speak on it, she don't want to sing with Tasha no more. So we'll see how this gonna play out. She might still sing with that lady. That's what she say now. We'll see what she say later. Okay. What else? Taj also goes on to say that I'm sorry, I keep saying Tasha. Coco also goes on to say that back in the day, Taj was that person as well. She believes that she was still the same person she shows up to be today. She was that person then. It's just that Coco didn't have no respect for Taj at the time. She had absolutely no respect for her. And I appreciate that because, again, if your ego is that huge, you don't got no respect for nobody. So, but she's growing and she's doing better and she's proud of herself for that. So that's what's up, which makes a lot of sense now as I see Taj being the go-to person in between the groups and stuff, right? So, yeah. Now, she also speaks on the biopic, and she says that they don't know if they're going to do it. I believe it is on the table, but they're at a place, more so she's at a place for sure, where they've moved past a lot of the drama that they've had in the past, and they don't want to kind of revisit that. And she feels like filming this biopic is going to, have them revisit those old feelings and could also possibly be something bad for their group, right? And I'm like, it doesn't have to be. And maybe y'all just aren't in that space mentally, and hopefully y'all get to that space soon to where y'all understand that this is a part of y'all story. This is a part of y'all history. Maybe revisiting some of the ways and of how you all treated each other or the things that you went through. Maybe that will continue to help with whatever healing process you guys are going through in your growth phase together. And just seeing how immature you were, how much knowledge you lacked at that time and stuff. So it actually could be a great thing if y'all were to revisit it versus trying to avoid it, in my opinion. And yeah, y'all are in a great place at this time, but now y'all know that it's much bigger than y'all. I feel it's much bigger than y'all, girl. It's all about the legacy. So I don't think they should let that get in their way. So hopefully they can come to a final decision and be able to actually, bring us a little something. So we'll see. Now as for Xscape, girl, y'all need a whole lot, girl. Y'all gonna need a manager, y'all gonna need a therapist, girl, individually and group therapy. Y'all gonna need a lot before y'all try to come to the front and bring anything to us. And also, in my opinion, where I'm at now, I don't know how I'm gonna feel later, girl, but in this moment where I am now, I just feel like nobody's husband, nobody in Xscape should do this. Just where I feel today. I might feel differently next week, but today I just feel like nobody in the group, husband, production company, or whatever, should handle y'all story. It should be someone that outside of y'all, external, that y'all all agree on. Now we know that Burruss does a lot of productions and stuff, plays. They've worked on a film. They got a lot of stuff going on, but I don't think they should be the ones to do the biopic, because I feel like it's only gonna create more issues for Tasha and whoever else. They gonna feel away like, oh, Kandi doing it, so she probably gonna get the most money, and then it's just, girl, we just gonna be nitpicking. So y'all just come together and just find somebody externally that's gonna be able to come together and bring y'all stuff. Maybe y'all need to talk to Mona Scott and see who she know. I think y'all all can agree on Mona Scott in hopes of y'all getting the biopic that y'all need, okay? Or go and find TLC people and have them do it because they did a wonderful job with TLC. Maybe they'll do y'all's too, okay? But that's all I got. I just wanted to come and give y'all a quick recap on some of the things that Miss Coko talked about on her interview with Carlos King. I want you guys to go ahead and hop down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts about everything that I just talked about. I'm Jamie, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jamie, that's me. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.